Colm and Lucy Podcast with Colm Hayes and Lucy Kennedy.
From Nova.ie and Radio Nova.
Yes, welcome along to another podcast of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show, which is broadcast Monday to Friday on Radio Nova, a radio station located in Ireland, but you probably know that. And now I just sound stupid. So enjoy as we go around the world. We contact Berlin in this little piece. Also, we finish us off funny. We go to the movies, the movie Radioactive. Then we go around the world, but not too far from where I'm sitting right here now, because we go to Cork. Alfie from Hudson Taylor, great band. We Zoom him, and he, in return, sings 2 tracks for us. Also, Vinny from Codaline, the drummer. We have a chat with Vinny and the new track from Codaline. And we'll wrap all of this up with some good news for you folk out there, wherever you are. Enjoy. It's not my fault. I take no responsibility. Goodbye.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Around the world, around the...
We're going to line up now Rebecca Ritters. She's a reporter and presenter for DW News, Germany's international broadcaster. She's a Nazi who's been living in Berlin for 5 years. And keen fans of Neighbours may remember Rebecca playing little Hannah Martin some 20 years ago, bless. But now Hannah's all grown up and she's a serious journalist. Rebecca, good morning to you.
Good morning.
How are you in Berlin?
Are you a serious journalist? That's the question.
Well, pass. Skip that question.
No, I was just looking
20
at...
years ago. You're making me feel very old, I have to say.
I know, it just flies by though, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you how old I can make me feel is that my reference point with Neighbours is Mrs. Mangle.
Okay, you win. You're definitely older.
Okay.
He's 86.
So you're in Berlin at the moment, and
I am.
we would imagine that of all the countries in Europe, Germany would be getting it right. How are things in Germany?
Well, by all accounts, I'd have to say, of course, we can't say, we're completely in the clear. Obviously, there are a lot of cases in Germany, around about the top 5, I would say, for the 5th worst amount of cases across the country, across the continent, rather.
Yeah.
But they've got a very low death rate for some unknown reason.
Right.
I mean, there's lots of reasons. The health system's fantastic.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of testing, all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
But it's been surprisingly low, comparatively low compared to the rest of Europe.
Now, there has been...
Germans are just so organised. Like, they probably knew about the
you say that until
coronavirus.
you live here. But yeah.
and as you said, the healthcare services are possibly the tracing is very good in Germany as well.
It is. Actually, they just launched the tracing app.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
So I think it's, apart from France, it's the second place in Europe to launch one.
Yeah.
So we'll see whether Germans actually sign up to it. But hopefully that will help.
So is that out official now? Can you download the tracing app?
I can.
Okay, and just to talk to, because they are going to...
How does that work?
Yeah, they're trying to model one down the west coast of Ireland at the moment. So how does it work? Yeah.
Look, it basically works through GPS and tracks you and sends you notifications if you come within 2 meters to somebody who then has been found to test positive. But the problem is it needs about 60% of the population to sign up in order to work. And Germans don't really like to be tracked, given the history here. So it's a bit of a touchy subject. So it'll be really interesting to see whether or not they can get enough people to sign up. They can really convince enough people. So
I can imagine.
You do it, Rebecca?
Look, yes, I probably would. I mean, I'm Australian, as you said, and in Australia they've had one for a while. My mum signed up. My grandmother is staunchly not going to sign up to it. I will not give them my information.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah, I probably will eventually do it.
It's a weird
do
feeling,
the right
though.
thing.
Yeah.
Being tracked, it's like Big Brother.
Yeah, it is weird. I
It
can
is a bit
imagine,
strange.
it's not going to go down too well in East Berlin. But, we're being tracked anyway by our phones and by our Google and by everything we do, so...
Exactly. I mean, it's terrifying, isn't it? Every time I look at my phone, I feel like it's been listening to me.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I don't know. Like, I probably will.
Does it also trace the people you've been with? So as you said, it shows you if you're within 2 meters of somebody that's had it.
Well, apparently not. I mean, they do say, obviously, that they've got all the safety measures in place and they've been working with Google and Apple. I mean, which I think is also funny because obviously Google and Apple are very good at tracing you. So, I don't know why that sort of should be a positive thing. A positive thing. But they say that they've got a lot of safety measures in place and then they're not storing your data anywhere in a central database or anything like that. that. But it's whether or not people will believe them, I suppose.
Now, I know over here we'd be very interested to know exactly, what levels of freedom you have now after, the first wave is gone and such, because you guys can have your haircut, you can have a beer together and a bit of dinner. That's all okay?
It's absolutely, and I really have to say the feeling that you get, I mean, the weather here is fantastic at the moment. Summer's really well and truly arrived. And the feeling you get when you walk out in the street, apart from seeing, masks, obviously, the feeling you get really is people keep looking at each other and saying, what COVID? It's kind of, it feels scarily normal considering the conversations that everyone's been having globally. But really, when I go out in the street, apart from having to wear a mask to go to the supermarket or things like that, it just feels like normal. Yeah.
Well, what about cinemas and gigs and theatre? Is that all open again?
No, still closed. Some theatres are trialling stuff to do kind of outdoor things and having, fewer patrons. I know one of the opera companies here is doing Wagner on the rooftop of the car park, which I think is a really great idea, and I actually want to get down there and have a look. Just, a bit of fun as well as something different. But yeah, obviously most closed places are, big gigs definitely still out. But can get haircuts, and I have to say the hairdressers were very busy last month when they opened up.
I'd say they were packed.
They sure were.
And your borders are now open with bordering countries. I've seen Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, Liechtenstein in the UK. So with those borders being open, does that mean there's no quarantine involved when you come back from there?
No quarantine, no. So as of the 15th, I think it was, they lifted the 2-week quarantine. So it's more or less open slather. I think it's only 19 countries that they've opened up to. I actually didn't check this morning, but but yes, basically it's sort of business as usual, but obviously the German government are monitoring it very, very closely. That infection rate, the sort of how many people who are infected, how many people they infect, that's hovering just above the 1 number. So the Merkel government are still pretty happy with that so far.
We're a bit the same.
But we'll see. I mean, they're planning to shut down again if need be, obviously.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not, yeah. With your 30 degrees and your bicycle to the lake, you just don't want to be shut down again, do you?
Jealous.
Yeah.
So jealous.
And your haircuts and your beer gardens, the whole lot, it's all there, yeah.
We hope you're having a really nice time, because we're not.
It won't be long. Don't worry.
Okay. Word from Berlin. It won't be long.
There's hope.
There's hope for us all.
There is hope,
Rebecca, good talking to you. Stay safe, okay?
Look after yourself. Enjoy the lake.
I will do. Good luck, guys. Bye.
Okay,
Thanks
take care of yourself. Thanks for taking the call. That is Berlin. Seems to be enjoying themselves. Yeah.
If you Google Hannah from Neighbours, it's so funny.
Come on, stop it, Lucy.
The first story is, you will not believe how she looks now.
There's actually, if you go to Twitter, you'll see her actually delivering the news as well on DW.
Journo, yeah.
She looks great, actually.
It's gorgeous. The best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Okay. At first, the date had been going well. And even led to a kiss on the lips. It's the first date now that Mr. Conway had with Miss Lovelace.
Oh,
Lovelace.
But now he's suing her for £130,000.
right.
Why?
Why?
Now, where are these people located?
These people are located in the United Kingdom of England.
Is Miss Lovelace's name, is that her real name?
Yes.
Is it Linda Lovelace?
It's actually Giovanna.
Giovanna Lovelace. All right, okay. And he's suing her because...
He's suing her for £130,000. Why?
Did she microwave his cat?
No.
Okay.
Nobody would do that.
You just don't know. You said the answer was weird.
How long have they been?
Was it the first date?
They had one date.
But how long? Had they? Because the first date, they might have been talking on Tinder for a few months.
They basically got in touch through a dating website.
Okay, so there we go.
Okay, yeah.
So they might have been talking for a while. Has it been a lockdown love?
He's a personal trainer.
Would that have something to do with the case they sue?
He's from West London.
Very
He contacted her online through meetup.com.
Oh, that's you.
So they met up.
Yeah, obviously.
Now he's suing her. Why?
For suing her for something that happened. Was it something that happened on the first date?
Oh, no, hang on. If
Yes.
they met online,
Something
maybe...
that happened, something happened on the first date.
Yeah.
She just
They
told.
met online, then they met in the flesh.
Okay, so maybe she lied about her appearance.
Is
maybe
he right?
he felt he was catfished or something. She
No.
said... Oh.
Oh. Did she have any male parts protruding?
Oh.
No, there was no,
Male parts protruding.
yeah.
Okay, if anyone wants to...
Protruding.
No, nothing was protruding like the hockey stick in the crying game.
We've got a lot of text coming in.
08718181800. If you want to text us, our WhatsApp is 08718181800.
They went on a date. So basically, it sounds like Cluedo. Mr. Conway went on a date with Miss Lovelace.
Yes.
And now he's suing her for £130,000.
This one's from
Why?
John Pierce. Lucy, is your story about the guy claiming for getting a cold sore on that first date?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Somebody
come
else
on,
texts in
John.
cold sore.
John's read
Yes, it is. So check this out, right?
Let's see. Go on.
So, an English court has heard how Mr. Conway is suing his date, Giovanna Lovelace, for £130,000, accusing her of negligence in passing on the infection caused by the herpes simplex virus.
Yes.
It was only after they kissed, when her makeup started coming off, that he saw that she had a cold sore.
Oh, no.
He says that since
Scabby.
contracting the virus, which remains in the skin
Yes.
for life, he has
Yes.
been left traumatised.
Wow.
Mr. Conway of Paddington, West London, says he contacted Miss Lovelace, who's in her 30s, online through meetup.com. He says he then developed flu-like symptoms and mouth ulcers within days of the date on July the 4th last year. He claims he had to be taken to hospital after a panic attack
Oh, come on.
and will need long-term counselling.
For a
The case
cold
will return to
sore.
court for further hearing later.
Jeez.
For a cold sore. All over a cold sore.
Well, it can be traumatic.
So she basically had a cold sore, didn't tell him, they kissed, her makeup came off, he
I
saw
love
that she
that
had a
bit.
cold sore.
So
Now
as
he's suing her because now he's got the virus, because it
Yeah.
does stay in your body for life.
It does. Herpes simplex is there forever, and you can pass it on as well, as she did. When did her makeup slip? And how did your makeup slip? Like, was he licking her face?
No, but it was obviously on her lip, and maybe a bit of lipstick
Yeah, when
came
they
off,
kiss,
and he's
yeah,
like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. And did he say immediately, "Oi, Lovelace, get away from me"?
I don't know, but Mr. Conway has been traumatised and has been seeking therapy and everything since. He had a panic attack
Yeah, yeah.
and had to be hospitalised.
And is there an outcome to the case? I'm really interested in
No.
this. Oh.
So I know, so am I. The case will return to court for a further hearing later. Now, I don't know if
What do
that's
you mean
later
later
today or later in the year,
Yeah.
but we will report
Okay.
what happens to
Will
Mr.
we?
Conway and Miss Lovelace.
Oh, I think we have to, yes.
Maybe I can go report on that case as well.
When you're
My
going
stick.
off-
Maybe you could be outside the court.
Yes. With
your
reporting
stick.
live.
With my stick, and we
With
could
your
go
6 foot
live.
stick, you could tip her on the lip.
But what do you think, though, lads? Like, in fairness,
Yes.
that would really annoy me if that happened to me.
But is it worth 130 grand?
Well,
Well, just to say, you would probably notice.
it's happened to anybody.
But you would notice because probably if you were going out with a date with a man, he wouldn't be wearing makeup. Do you know what I mean? So you'd go, oi,
Well,
oi,
you know
Lippy,
what?
get off.
Yeah, but what if Lippy had good cover stick on?
Lippy.
Yeah. I don't know.
What if it was in a nightclub, a dark nightclub, and you didn't know?
The lights come on and there's Lippy with a big L scab hanging off his lip. I don't know. And if it has happened to anybody, please text us 087181800 or WhatsApp us.
Yeah.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Oh. And it's time to go to the movies now. Brought to you by Manhattan Popcorn, Ireland's favourite popcorn, manhattan.ie. And live music there from the intro brought to you by Miss Lucy Kennedy.
You're welcome, Don. You're welcome.
Okay.
I don't know whether he's very happy with that performance,
Yeah.
but I will start with, we mentioned this earlier in the week, and I had to watch it just for pure curiosity's sake.
Okay.
The Netflix #1 trending program in Ireland at the moment is a film called 365 Days.
Yeah.
A Polish film. Predominantly a blue movie, let's say.
Yeah, an erotic thriller.
I wouldn't say thrilling now, Colm.
Well, does he not kidnap her?
See, now, this is the bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea exactly what happened in this movie.
Okay,
It
yeah.
started with some bloke getting shot up.
Yeah.
The next moment, we're on a plane where some guy is getting
Yeah.
a little something.
Yeah,
And
for the
then it
weekend.
just all goes into like a haze
Yeah.
of scenes of a explicit nature,
Mm.
which, if you want that, fine. But don't try and dress it up as a proper film.
Well, they sort of do that, don't they, with some of these erotic thrillers? Yeah.
But it was so bizarre. Like, this was, like, obviously someone thought this was a proper film with a
Yeah.
storyline and a plot. But then it just lost its way.
Well, wait for 365 too. Apparently they're making it.
I hate to say it, there's actually a lot of merit in 50 Shades of Grey.
Compared to this,
Compared
really?
to this.
Is it that bad?
Yes, there was at least a story of some
Yeah,
substance
yeah.
in 50 Shades of Grey. But yes, it is the number one trending film in Ireland, I fear, for all the wrong reasons.
Okay.
Don't bother with it, though.
All right. And actually, just out of 5.
Oh, God, I'm not even bothered. It wouldn't even rate
That
after.
bad?
Yes.
How is it that
And
these things just take off? Like, just if you want that, just go straight to porn.
This is what I'm
Do
thinking.
not pass go.
Yes.
Do not collect €200. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Back to a proper film that was supposed to be in cinemas around this time. Rosamund Pike is the star.
Oh, I like her.
And it's the story of Marie Curie, I guess the inventor or the discoverer, rather, of radioactivity. And it's called Radioactive. Here's a little taste.
My instinct is that there is another element.
You think you found an undiscovered element?
Science is changing, and the very people who are running science believe the world was flat.
Leave my laboratory.
If my science doesn't speak for itself, then you have gravely misunderstood it. I'm going to prove them wrong. We all thought that atoms were finite and stable. Well, some of them are not. I have called this radioactivity. Our discovery could cure cancer.
Extraordinary. You changed the world.
Wow. Just trying to make something slightly boring very sexy.
Yes, and that's what it is. It is a very classic period piece biopic set, in the 1800s when they were around and when Marie got together with her husband and they discovered the radioactivity. And it does show the scientific breakthrough that it was at the time, Nobel Prize winning. But obviously, it obviously was something that wasn't so fantastic as well. While it she thought she was going to cure cancer with it, with chemotherapy and the X-ray machine. It also led to Chernobyl and the atomic bomb.
Well, there is, so both sides.
So we see all of that. And sadly, they kind of flash forward in this weird way, kind of like dream sequences of Marie to what would happen in the future, the Chernobyl and things like that. So it got a little confusing for even my fixed eyes as to what the hell was going on.
And there's some of these movies lately that they're very, very clever, and you don't know sometimes. Like The Theory of Everything was one. And what about Russell Crowe with his one?
Oh, yeah.
With the numbers thing. And then the girls with the numbers things as well. It's just, and I like the idea, but it's hard to get entertainment out of it.
Well, it's a history lesson, and it was a good one for me in that, because I didn't know she was, obviously, as you heard in the clip there too, she was a woman in a man's world at that time.
True.
Scientists weren't women, and she, like I said, was trying to do a good thing, but it fell by the wayside. And she also got very sick. What she was doing was taking a toll on her health as well, and ultimately her husband's. Sam Riley's in this as well.
I like him.
So it's a good cast, and like I said, a beautiful sort of period biopic, but I just got a little confused.
Right.
So it's worth the watch for the history lesson, but not much else.
And?
I'm going to go 2.5 stars.
Ooh. 2.5 stars for Radioactive, which is now available, Yeah,
you can get it on all your streaming platforms. This is one of the ones you can buy, like on your Virgin Movies or your Sky, that sort of thing.
Okay. Well, look, gives us an opportunity to play Radioactive from the Kings of Leon.
If nothing else.
Okay, it's Radio Nova.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
And this is just
We do.
a little bit different.
Around the world, around the...
Because we're not going too far, actually. We're going around the world
Going to
down the road.
Cork?
Yeah, we're going to Cork. We're going to Skibbereen and Cork. And we're going to talk to Tim O'Driscoll, a transition year student that has capitalised on school closures to launch a new baking mix company.
Genius.
Yeah, Tim is with us. Tim, how are you, man?
Hi, how are you? Good.
Good morning. Is this really weird for you? One day you're baking, the next day you're in the papers and on the radio.
Yeah.
Have you become a local star?
I wouldn't say that. But yeah.
Local stud. Well, the ladies will love him now
Local
because he's
stud.
famous.
Yeah. So Tim, bring us back. How did this started as a transition year sort of experiment, was it, or a project?
It was actually for Junior Cert. I was doing a home ec project.
Yeah.
And I had to bake a cake, and when I finished, I had loads of different ingredients left over.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't use them too fast, and they could go out of date.
Right. Yeah.
So I just thought, what if you could just buy one mix, and then it would be no food waste.
Oh, good idea. One mix does all. But just to go back to that, what cake did you bake?
Chocolate cake.
Oh yeah, and like, was this the first for you, or like was there baking in your background?
It's the first food business. First food business.
Okay, so it's not in the family or anything. You're the first. You're the first line, hopefully, of established bakers in the O'Driscoll family.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So then, what happened when you got from your chocolate cake to where you are now? How did you proceed with the business?
So I do it in my spare time. I'd just be working away trying to find out the different ingredients and trialing out different recipes, giving them to families and friends, and then the COVID-19 just accelerated it all.
Yeah.
Because I had no school or homework, and
nice.
It just helped with finishing the final product.
Yeah. And the product is called Fastnet, and the picture here, we're looking at it from the Daily Mirror. You've got all the packaging done and everything like that. Were you part of the design team, Tim?
Yeah.
Are you the design team?
So simple.
Yeah,
Who's the team?
I designed most of it, and then I just found I got someone to print it then.
Yeah.
This is so exciting. So basically, is it true that in 10 days you sold over 1,000 in Super Values? Is it nationwide, or where can people avail of this wondrous product?
It's in 21 stores around Cork, and then I have a website as well.
Very good. Oh, I see it there, fastnetfoods.com.
Yeah.
So, are you going to go back to school?
Yeah. I will have to go back to school.
Right, yeah. Because what year are you going into now?
Fifth year.
Oh, you're only going into fifth year now?
This is his transition year.
All right, this is your transition year.
Now.
So
I think you're dead right. Go back to school, finish your leaving, maybe do like a course in business as you're doing this, because it all just bulks up and just helps, you know?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, has this changed your ideas of what you're going to do? You know, because obviously originally you wanted to play Gaff for Cork,
Still can.
Yeah, bring the sound back to the rebel county. It's not going to happen for a while. So has this changed your opinion of what you want to do?
Not really. I kind of always had interest in business, and then this just helps me decide.
Oh, very good, very good.
So the idea behind your stuff then is just if anyone comes across it, I think it's actually very well priced as well. It's good value. But so you just add butter or water, is it?
Yeah, the brown bread and scones you can just add water, and then for the crumble flapjacks and chocolate cupcakes, you can just add butter.
Yeah.
You see, I think that's genius, because a lot of the current products.
Yeah.
If you're baking a cake, you've got to add eggs.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes they're quite complicated and stuff that you don't have in the house. Whereas this is like happy days, student's dream.
And one can does all as such. There's no waste, so you're not throwing away anything. You've just got the exact amount in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So even I could do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
I just think it's and then once the food is cooked, let's say I went for the brown bread, how long will that brown bread last for?
If it was in an airtight, if it was in an airtight container, it'd probably be 3 days, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, it's good going.
Now, Tim, as a 16-year-old in Cork, other than actually selling your own business and selling 1,000 products through Super Value, how has the lockdown been for a 16-year-old?
Well, I've been so busy with this that I didn't really.
You didn't feel it.
Lockdown, but,
You did.
Yeah, for my brother and sister, they've been very bored. They've had nothing to do, so.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you get a sense down there that it's opening up a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, as restrictions ease, you can tell that the town's getting busier.
Yeah.
And the shops are opening. And
why didn't your little brother and sister set up their own business, like a fashion industry or making cars, you know? Yeah, you know, like you're busy enough. You don't need. So when we're on full, when we're out of this now in the next couple of weeks, are you looking to get your product right across Ireland?
Yeah, hopefully.
So how do you do that? Do you go on tour? Do you go on TV shows? Do you knock on doors? Is that
Pop-up
you?
shops?
Yeah. Do you have a team behind you this time, Tim? Tim's team.
I'd be looking to go to Musgraves first of all.
Yeah.
And then maybe just advertising and marketing, and then just hopefully we'll go from there. Really.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think it's very, very impressive.
So do I. I mean, this is just so exciting for you, Tim, and this is just the start of it. I wish you continued success.
Yeah.
And I will most definitely try your products once I come across them, because I cannot cook or bake, so this is my idea of heaven.
Yes. And if you go to fastnetfoods.com, you'll actually be able to... Now, do you deliver online? If we order stuff, does that get sent to us, or what happens there?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
There is delivery, yeah.
And do you deliver it on your bike?
In person. We want it in person now that you're our friend.
Nervous laugh, Tim. Good. Okay, Tim. Listen. Good taking the. Thank you for taking the call. Stay safe and
go back to bed. You're 16. We know you just got out of bed.
We'll keep an eye on the product. Cheers, man. All right.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
And we are Zooming, we are Facebook Living, and we are saying good morning to Alfie Hudson-Taylor. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, both of you. How are you?
Good morning.
We're in good form. We're looking forward to this. We're looking forward to your new single, which we're going to talk about. And what have the brothers been up to during lockdown, other than collecting fantastic shirts, which you're wearing one now?
Yes. I don't think you're going to need that today, my friend. It's going to rain.
No, certainly not. It's flashing rain. But just because I'm quarantined away doesn't mean I can't wear a Hawaiian shirt.
I agree.
Right. You are right.
I'm with you on that. Okay, let's get the first track out. Hudson Taylor performing Big Yellow Taxi, Joni Mitchell's track. Take it away, sir.
Excellent. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot, a pink hotel, a boutique, and a swinging hot spot. Don't you know it seemed to go when you don't know what you got till it's gone. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. They took all the trees, put them in a tree museum. Charge the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go when you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. Hey, farmer, put away the DDT now. And leave me spots on my apples, leave me the birds and the bees. Please, don't it always seem to go when you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, late last night, I heard the screen door slamming when a big yellow taxi took away my old man. So don't it always seem to go when you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
Hey, Alfie Hudson-Taylor with Joni Mitchell's Big Yellow Taxi. And now, how are you? How are you guys doing?
Very good, thanks. Very good. We're trying to keep busy, given the circumstances. We had our album came out on February the 28th, just before all of this really kicked off in Ireland anyway. And just prior to that, we'd been all over the country, shaking people's hands, promoting our album, and doing all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, we've had a whole summer festivals cancelled.
Oh, yeah, because you guys were just about to head out on a European tour, wasn't it? 19th of March.
Yes, yeah. We had a gig on Patrick's Day we were looking forward to, and then we were heading out to Denmark to do a tour, then going through Germany, France, Holland, the UK, and then some great dates back in Ireland, which will all be pushed some time into the future, we hope. You know?
But how quickly was that all cancelled? Was because so much happened, like in a period of literally 24 hours. Is it that fast?
It was, yeah. It was like within 3 days, everything got.
3 days. All that planning gone.
Yeah. I'd been looking online for a while, so I didn't expect what was going to come.
Yeah.
But, I thought it would do something to the shows anyway. But hey, we're here now. We're keeping busy. You know, this is the first time we're releasing a single during a quarantine period.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get used to that, and working from Zoom and all of that sort of stuff. And
I know it's just a different beast, isn't it? It's so strange.
It is, yeah. Like, there's no buzz off a camera. You know, I tell you that for sure. We're doing these gigs every week on YouTube, and it's taken a bit of getting used to. You know,
yes, because you can't feed off an audience.
Because we not only our audience but each other. You know, myself and my brother, we've been playing together all our whole lives. So now, like, for me to be, you know, like just on my own playing guitar, it just feels so empty for me. So that's taken a bit of getting used to, as well as then. There is no buzz at all off a camera. It's just sitting there staring at you, eyes wide open.
I was watching the start of the football last night, and it was Man City against Arsenal, right? And what they do, because they have this simulated crowd noise that when you watch on Sky Sports, and at the bottom behind the stands, they have huge giant screens, and all the fans zoom in, so you can see about, I think 10,000 Arsenal fans are all behind the stands, zoomed in. It's really, really clever, and it just gives a little bit, you know what I mean? Because as you said, football with nobody in is just like a training session, but so they have the simulation and they have all these faces, which
that's clever.
Yeah, well, it worked last night. Yeah, so you need to create all those noises when you're performing.
Absolutely, yeah. All the little claps or chats or the little,
line up your neighbours.
Well, I think they might be sick of me at this stage.
No, I doubt it.
So for the new single, you actually did rely on fans, didn't you? For the video.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, the idea with the song is called Favourite Song, which I'll play for you next. It's a song just about loving someone like your favourite song. You know, real simple sort of thing. But we wanted to make a music video for it since we wrote it, and we wanted to dress up as our favourite musical icons and movie stars.
Yeah,
and, become our favourite, artists. But that couldn't happen. Obviously, lockdown, we couldn't be in the same room together, get directors, the normal stuff you need for a music video. So we got contact with an editing team from Dublin called The Realists, and just asked our audience to help out. And we got so many videos in, so many of them. And everybody just went start to finish to the whole song, performing it, having fun. I dressed as David Bowie. And Harry dressed as one of the Beatles, Paul or John, we don't know. It was from that era.
Yeah, and, brilliant.
Yeah, Elton John as well. And then we had someone dress up as Gautier, with Queen.
How do you dress up as Gautier? How do you dress up as... Who even knows what Gautier looks like?
Well, it was from that video of somebody I used to know. Yeah. You know, it's like he's kind of naked in there. Really, I haven't described it very well, but the video turned out great.
That sounds great.
What would have happened without coronavirus and the quarantine? You know, our audience really, the internet really delivered.
Yeah.
You know,
And just to say to everybody, the video is up online on nova.ie. It's there. And we played your Christmas song extensively here on Radio Nova. That was a really, really good Christmas song.
Thank you.
And
it's coming around again. It's coming up to July, but that's when we wrote recorded the last Christmas song. It was in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
It's funny, I went onto the things the other day to see if more people have been streaming our music while everybody's at home.
Yeah.
Turns out, yes, I have, which is good news. But with the Christmas song,
2,000 people are listening to that in the middle of June. What on earth are they doing?
What is that all about?
Well, you know what? It's a really good feel-good song. And the point about even the video, when you're going around to friends' houses, it's sort of, that's the where we are at the moment. We're looking forward to that moment. Not even necessarily Christmas, but the next couple of weeks. So it still has the sentiment in there, you know?
Yeah, I suppose for a lot of retail opening up, they're describing it as, it's like Christmas. You know, it's as busy as Christmas. Yeah.
So there is that. And just, I was actually looking, you have up to 18 million streams now on Spotify, which is very, very impressive.
Wow.
It's absolutely crazy, I can't even comprehend those numbers, you know. It's just...
It is good.
It's well deserved.
And the good thing about all that is you can see where everybody is. So when we go to touring again, you know, we'll maybe hit up those areas where most people are
where your fans are.
You can even give a shout out to Kevin in Rio de Janeiro. Thanks for streaming us, lads. You know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the new track. Sorry, go ahead.
With the YouTube and all the stuff we're doing, we're really discovering how international our audience really is. You know. We do live streams and we cover our favorite songs every week on YouTube every Wednesday, and. You just see people, hi from Brazil, hi from Australia. You know, it's really interesting. It's
crazy.
It's amazing.
Okay, the new
it's
song.
It's nice for you guys. It's nice for you to know that you have all these fans all over the world.
Yeah, it's quite. And I don't know. We knew we had a bit of an international following before, but we didn't really have the time to engage as much as we were, as much as we are now, say on YouTube and online and doing gigs online. So you really do. Now we're engaging a bit more. We're starting to get to know that side of the
audience. Okay.
Good.
The new track is called Favorite Song. And you're ready to perform now in your living room, bedroom, house, in your Hawaiian shirt. Always good catching up with you guys. Hudson Taylor. Yes, so this is the brand new song. This is called Favorite Song. Take it away, Alfie.
One. I like my favorite song. You make me feel like I belong. When I go to turn you on, I'm singing you the whole day long. You make me wanna jump up high. You make me wanna dance around. You make me wanna figure out whether we can be together, if it's gonna happen at all. You make me wanna miss the train. Maybe we can run away. You make me wanna contemplate whether we can be forever, even if the sky's gonna fall. Yeah. You are like my favorite song. You make me feel like I belong. And when I go to turn you on, I'm singing you the whole day long. You are like my favorite beat. You always make me move my feet like I've known you all along. You are my favorite song. You make me wanna celebrate. You make me wanna stay up late. Yeah, you make me wanna be a star. I don't wanna think about it, I just wanna be where you are. And I was thinking about yesterday and how every little word you say fills my aching heart with joy to see you getting ready, 'cause we're going dancing tonight. You are like my favorite song. You make me feel like I belong. And when I go to turn you on, I'm singing you the whole day long. I'm a simple melody, but you're the perfect harmony. I just wanna sing along. You are my favorite song. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a busker on the street. You're a finished masterpiece. Wanna play you on repeat. Tell everyone I meet. You are like my favorite song. You make me feel like I belong. And when I go to turn you on, I'm singing you the whole day long. You are like my favorite beat. So let's go dancing in the street like I've known you all along. Just like my favorite song. My brother Harry is the whistler. You can imagine him whistling here.
We'll try our best.
Yeah!
that.
Great track, great song.
Love it.
Yeah. And that's out now. Check the video as well.
Brilliant.
On nova.ie. That's called Favourite Song.
Nice happy summer song. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Something upbeat, you know. It's different.
Yeah. Nice one.
When I was
Love
playing
it.
that, I remembered it's around this time last year we came in and performed a Thin Lizzy song for you.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It was the launch of a stamp, wasn't it? The Thin Lizzy stamp, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, a year.
A year that feels like 12 years ago.
Yeah, flies by.
But Alfie, always good talking to you, man.
Yes,
Take care of
Look
yourself.
after yourself.
Give our best to Harry as well, and stay safe, all right?
Thank you. You too.
Okay.
See you soon.
All right, okay. And check out the video, really do. It's a great video. It's on nova.ie.
Great song, isn't it?
It's
It's actually put me in a good mood.
There you go. It's a happy song. It's your favourite song.
Happy song.
Okay, it's Radio Nova.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Okay, so we're going to hook up with Codaline now. This is going to be on Facebook Live as well, folks,
Yes.
if you want to have a look in at the moment, because it's a big week for Codaline. Every album they have released so far has gone to number one. The band have also received a staggering 1 billion Spotify streams and 600 million YouTube views. 1 billion, that's scary.
It's rude.
Anyway, released on Friday, One Day at a Time, is their fourth album, the majority of which was recorded by the lads in their Dublin studio. And drummer Vinny May, with a very fine haircut, is on Facebook with us now and live. Vinny, how are you, man?
Good morning.
Good. Stop drawing attention to the haircut.
I know.
But isn't it
You're going to start
Colm's just
questioning
worried.
my abilities.
The haircut is genius, and Colm is just jealous because, as you can see, he needs to borrow a scrunchie
I know, yeah.
these days.
But it is the sort of thing nowadays when you meet somebody, no matter what, the first thing you do is look at their hair. Because of
And
what
their
we've
weight
gone through. Their weight gain and their hair, yeah. Both of which I'm suffering from badly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
How have you been finding life, Vinny, with the lockdown?
It's been good. It's been it was a bit of an odd one for the first few weeks because this is like the longest that we've ever had time off. Like kind of the longest that we've been home, not on the road touring or not out kind of doing promo around the world. So it was strange. It was nice for the first couple of weeks, and then it got a little bit weird. And I started to. We were basically just I was trying to not get on my wife's nerves.
Right.
Normally, I'm
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it's been nice. It's been good. Like we were kind of lucky that we had the whole album finished, recorded before like Leo made the announcement back in March. Like that the country was going into lockdown. So.
do you have?
So we had
I'm just
kind of it
thinking.
all done.
Do you have another album recorded? Because so many people, I was reading Q Magazine, and so many musicians have said that the last couple of months have been a huge creative space for them, that they've had time to stop, think, and see where they're going. Did you find that with yourselves?
Yeah, like so we'd basically been working for the past like 13 months or so on the album. So finished it like the end of February, start of March, and we had the talk about like in kind of mid-March, like if we were going to postpone it because of everything that was going on, and because we were like 2 singles in, we were like it kind of didn't seem the point to us. It felt kind of unnatural to just stop, like in the middle of kind of the build up to the album. So we decided to keep on going. But like, we've got back into the studio last week for the first time, kind of socially distancing and everything. But we got back in like last week, and just kind of like that was the first time we were in a room together.
How nice.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, weird. Kind of almost getting to know each other again. Hi, because everyone looks so different in the flesh now.
Because like Codaline were often referred to as the Ireland's hardest working band. You guys, once you kicked off a couple of years ago, you haven't stopped. And I mean, with the touring, and you've been all over Asia, you're constantly gigging. So you guys are with each other all the time. Was it nice to get a break from the guys?
Like I said, because we'd been working on the album for about 13 months, we had initially to plan, like once the last day of, like we were in the studio, we were like planning to take kind of 2 or 3 weeks off anyway, and just kind of like go our separate ways, do our own thing. Some of the lads had holidays booked and stuff like that, so we were kind of planning to kind of do that anyway. So then it was kind of enforced that you can't go away, you have to stay at home, and instead of 3 weeks, it's like 3 months. So it's nice, but it's been great to kind of get back in and see the lads, like, because like you said, Colm, we spend so much time together, like on the road. So it's
brothers.
They are they are my family, like, you know, so it's kind of weird not being with them.
The other thing is, and a lot of people are talking about that they've learned new things while they were on lockdown. You know, people have got into meditation, banana bread,
sewing.
And upside down yoga and whatever. Vinny, what have you found a new hobby or learnt anything in the last 3 months?
I've learned how to make sourdough bread.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, well done, Delia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's that's kind of my biggest achievement, really. I've got a decent back garden, so I've kind of always been doing kind of gardening stuff.
Yeah.
So kind of just doing a lot of that, and I have a baby on the way in September. So
congratulations!
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, how exciting!
So I've been doing up one of the bedrooms upstairs as like a nursery now. So that's kind of what my past couple of weeks have been doing.
Yeah. Is this baby number one?
This is baby number one for the whole band as well. Yeah.
No. That baby's gonna be so spoiled. All the godfathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Stop. Yeah.
Oh, cute. Do you know what you're having?
Having a little boy.
Oh, cute. Little mini me.
I know, yeah. Everyone's like, is it going to be Vinnie May Jr. or Junior? And I'm like, maybe. If I can convince my wife, yeah. So,
Vinnie May Jr. Junior be great. But she's probably not gone on that. Is there names sort of floating around at this stage?
So Vinny actually is a contender because like my granddad, my dad, me are all called Vinny.
Wow.
Yes.
So
she
that
kind
was
of has to go with that
for a while. And her second name is Elliot, so she kind of likes that as a first name. So Elliot May, maybe. So I don't know. We had like the whole Tig, Finn, Fionn kind of thing.
We've all gone there, yeah.
The baby book names.
Yeah. Elliot will
exciting.
sound like he was named after E.T.
Yeah, I know, and she hates that movie, so that's what I'm trying to go at. Like, she's afraid.
We're up for
of
Vinny.
E.T.
Go for Vinny.
And it'd be Vinny the Fourth.
I know, exactly. Yeah, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, that sounds pretty. Now the other thing is, you guys, there was a residency all booked in for the Olympia Theatre. How many nights? 8 nights in a row you had booked in.
That would be
8
tricky.
nights starting on like the 27th of May, or kind of going all the way up to the 6th of June or 7th of June.
Yeah,
or something. So,
8 nights in a row, not really hard.
Yeah, well, I think it was like 2 nights, then there was a day off, then it was like 3, a day off, and then another 3, I think. So yeah, it was kind of
Very
broken
intense,
up. Yeah,
then.
it would be. It's kind of really handy for all of our crew because they only have to set up like once.
That's what I was thinking. You can just leave
true.
the drums on stage for 8 days. There you go. Good luck to you.
Yeah, pretty much like so. Yeah, all of our crew, our crew love when we have like doubles in venues because it's like the next day there's no work pretty much to be done. So. But yeah, we were kind of looking forward to it. The Olympia Theatre is such a beautiful, iconic venue, like, you know,
it is.
Around the world, not even just in Ireland. So, and we've had some of our best nights there, like, you know, as a band. And then even just being kids growing up, going to concerts, like the first gig I ever went to was in the Olympia Theatre to see Don Baker.
Wow, yeah.
Harmonica player. And I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. So like I've got like a long-term kind of relationship with the Olympia Theatre. So it's kind of going back there to do all that was kind of like a nice kind of build-up towards the album. So unfortunately, it's being postponed now until September, but we're kind of up in the air. We're kind of waiting to hear what the government's kind of issue in terms of guidelines, and same with MCD. We're just kind of sitting around waiting.
This is it. They will open the venues back up again, but how will it be? They're talking about thermal imaging when you come in. If your temperature is over 37, you won't be allowed in. Every second seat. I mean, look, everyone knows the front of the Olympia. It's such a great area, and it's all about being so tight to the next person and the atmosphere and the heat from the bodies and everything. You know, you can't. Would it be weird if you were looking out and every second seat there wasn't somebody in it?
Yeah, I know, but it's weird because we were thinking like it's just over like 1,500 capacity, and I was like playing the Olympia Theatre to like even half that would be so weird. Like, you know, it's such a different vibe then. You know?
Yes.
And then what? Then like those 8 shows turn into 16. You're just like,
yes, you might need to move to the Helix or a bigger venue.
I know. Yes, I think they're kind of trying to keep options open and stuff like that. So hopefully, because this is the longest we've gone without playing a show, so we're kind of buzzing to get back out and play some shows again,
So, I suppose that's it. Yeah. Just to get back out and do what you do, you know what I mean?
Do what you love.
And we'll watch this space. So again, as you say, there's no definite word as to how it's going to be or what's going to happen. But are you pretty sure they will go ahead at some level?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the word that we've got from MCD is they're planning as if the shows are going to go ahead in some shape or form. So. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out, and hopefully it does, because to release a new album and then to not be playing it
it's
for
weird.
Months so even in September that'd be the first time we get to play some of these new songs live. So
Vinny, Sod's Law, the first night you're gigging is when you will become a dad. It's guaranteed.
Oh no,
it's guaranteed timing. This just happens in life.
I know, exactly. I'm really hoping that he's got good timing and comes exactly when he's due.
What hospital? Where are you going?
Just to the Rotunda, I think.
I'm just thinking for the Olympia, will you be able to, you'll be able to run up with your drumsticks?
Yeah, a quick dash across the Liffey.
That's handy. The Rotunda's perfect for the Olympia.
Yeah. It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Say something to me.
Radio Nova playing Codaline and Say Something. Okay, and now Vinny's on the line. Vinny May's with us from Codaline. The album was released on Friday, One Day at a Time. That's the new track, Say Something. And as we said in the intro there, you guys have had over 1 billion streams in Spotify. That's staggering, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, we've been very lucky that we have a lot of fans kind of all over the world, which is pretty incredible, and they kind of really do support us kind of in everything that we do.
Yeah, they've stuck with you.
It's amazing, and just technology nowadays is incredible, and the fact that people on the other side of the world in countries that we've never been to, we've got fan bases there,
I know.
But
I mean, look at technology. We're able to do this. We're able to sit. You once again, as I say, you with your lovely new hair, with a lovely wall.
Jealous. It's getting a bit sleazy.
No, I should think. I should have prepared.
He's flirting.
Okay.
No, you're making me blush.
I know. Before we say anything else, we are now going to
ask you your last 5 questions
you will ever be asked.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, Vinny, what was the last movie that you watched?
The last movie I watched was Godfather Part 2, because my wife has never seen any of them. So we decided that we'd watch the Godfather trilogy, but we haven't watched the third one yet. So
right.
Okay,
1 and
Godfather 2.
2 is actually the best, in fairness. 2 is the best.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it is. It's incredible.
Okay, what's the last takeaway you ate?
I had Domino's Pizza on Saturday.
Hey! What's your favourite topping?
Oof. I'm kind of a fan of all the kind of spicy ones. So anything with jalapenos and
American hot.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what time did you go to bed at last night?
My wife was in work yesterday, so when she came home, she went to bed. So I kind of went up with her. It was around 9:30. It was still bright outside. I felt like a child.
Wow!
You can still hear the kids playing on the streets.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was like, it's still bright outside. What are we doing?
I know,
in bed?
but then you end up in bed on your phone.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Wow, the life of the rock and roll drummers in lockdown. Okay.
I know.
Yeah. Well, and this is to do with your hair. When's the last time you put a hat on that? When's the last time you wore a hat?
I'm a big hat guy. I have quite a collection of hats, so I wear hats all the time. So at some point last week, I'm pretty sure Wednesday or Thursday, I was definitely wearing a hat.
And what sort of hat would you go for?
I've known to wear a fedora when I'm on stage, but I wouldn't wear that just going to the supermarket. So normally just a snapback, baseball hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Okay, and finally, Vinny, when was the last time you cried?
When I found out that I was having a boy.
2
months ago, probably.
Yeah.
About 2 months ago.
Oh, bless, yeah.
That's the soppy answer. But no, it's true, though. That was the last time I cried.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm telling you, come September, you are going to cry pretty much every day because when you become a parent, it's just so emotional. You'll just be a big wuss like the rest of us.
You'll cry pretty much for the next, as I did, for the next 26 years. Yeah, like every day. Yeah. So,
every day.
50% of those tears are out of frustration.
Yeah, I was going to say, is like, what's the percentage of just exhausted tears? Like, you know, that you just
that's 85%.
That's 85%.
85%.
The tears of love and that are generally from the grandparents. That's okay. That's
no, you're going to love it. Congratulations.
Listen, well done, Vinny. Lovely talking to you. One Day at a Time is out now, the 4th album from Codaline. Continued success, and let's hope we get you in the Olympia Theatre and it all works out well. And our love to the rest of the boys,
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
The Colm and Lucy Good News Session.
Oh, yes.
Here we go, everybody. Are you ready?
Yes, let's bring you a little bit of good news.
Seeing as I have my good news prepared up till next Thursday.
Very good.
Okay.
That is good news in itself.
Well, it is, yes. As you said yesterday, it'd be nice if I came to the table vaguely prepared.
Yeah.
And at least wearing a bra.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
Too much? Too little? Too soon?
Well, we're still on Facebook
exciting.
Live. No, we're not.
Hello, everybody, and thank you. Okay, Luxembourg intends to become the first country in the world to scrap fares on all public transport.
Very good idea. Yeah.
This is in a move aimed at alleviating its chronically bad traffic congestion. So Luxembourg City has 110,000 people living there, but a further 400,000 people commute into the city to work every day.
Yeah.
So they're going to try and suss this out at the moment. I think it makes perfect sense, and I think more people would avail of it over here as well.
Absolutely.
If it were for free.
Yeah,
so I say go Luxembourg.
Yeah. Go Luxembourg, because it's a bit expensive over here. Let me bring you some natural good news. News from the Nature Department of Radio Nova, right?
Really?
Yes.
We have a department?
We have a department. So anyway, Janice sent this to me. She's the head of the department.
Oh, hello, Janice.
Jaguar numbers may have doubled in the last 15 years in South America's Atlantic forests. Yeah. So you know the old Jaguar, he's at the front of all the cars. Anyway, they've been using cameras, and back in 2005 there were as low as 30 in South America. That was it. They were almost depleted. But now recently they show that the numbers have grown to 100.
What?
Yeah, 100. And an awful lot of the new explosion in animals and, you know, all those almost extinct species is a lot to do with coronavirus, because people aren't going out and going into the wild and not disturbing these animals anymore.
Yes, you're right, Hazy.
Which is great news, and great news for the jaguars, one of my favourite animals. And there you go. Yes, I always
learn something new about you every day.
Yeah, the big black jaguar. It's the strength. You know what I mean? It's
Jack loves them too.
And that for me, and for nature, and for jaguars, is a little bit of good news.
I have good news for mums. Hello. And indirectly for dads, because it is leading into Father's Day. We're all thinking about daddies.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a new survey has found that fathers are pitching in 58% more with childcare since the pandemic.
Yeah.
So the pandemic has brought some good news for poor, long-suffering mothers who've had to juggle everything, as they do so fantastically. In the household, cooking, juggling, cleaning, hitting, scraping, all of those sorts of things.
Messing, schooling, talking,
Zooming,
singing, dancing,
all of that sort of stuff. So they've actually done the study. So 58% more childcare has been delivered by dads.
That's brilliant.
And a similar study found that men were taking only 39% of the childcare only just before the pandemic. So that's quite the increase, like 20%.
That is.
I know from many dads who have been working from home, they all say one of the things they'll miss most is the time they've had with their kids and their family, rather than coming home at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening and being knackered and going straight to bed. You know, and that is a little bit of good news.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
That's it from the Colm and Lucy podcast. We'll have another podcast up next week. And remember, you can join us live on the radio. Radio Nova, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10.
The Colm and Lucy Podcast. seriously addictive podcasting.
From Nova.ie and Radio Nova.